मैंने आपका एक वीडियो देखा था जो couple of years ago you were quite younger I think like maybe 21 22 I guess तो like literally आप उसमें इतना passionately बात कर रहे हैं about शाहरुख खान. It's so cute to watch. Like,
Yeah, because everybody in my home was like, used to love him and still do, and was a big fan, is a big fan of him, his and his work, his body of work and everything. So I think it also has leaves an impact on you.
this is a
Mhm.
generational story, so आपको तो इतना interact करने मिला नहीं, but did you like get an idea, like did you know that this is going to be something where Fawad Khan, Salman Shahid, M Fawad Khan, Sanam, this is a very packed ensemble cast.
I knew about everybody because we were there for two months in Hunza.
Yeah.
When we were shooting, we were there. Like हमारे scenes एक साथ नहीं थे, but we were just living in the same hotel. We were there. We were hanging out. Everybody was just having fun, having a blast.
Do you have a memory of like first film क्या देखी थी theater में?
I do have a memory of my first film because I really convinced my mother that I want to go and watch it in a theater, in a cinema. Like I just want to watch that film. And उस time पे आई थी कौन सी film आई थी? कौन सी film आई थी? I think Dilwale थी. So I
Uh,
think I watched that.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
how are you? I think
I'm good,
I've
man.
been bombarding you with a couple of messages here and there.
I've been seeing that. You've been really kind. You've been actually
uh,
appreciating the work, so I mean, that's a good thing.
First and foremost, my name is Monica. I've been working here for a very long time. And I've been watching a lot of Pakistani content for a couple of years now. So,
Hmm.
Barzakh jab aa rahi thi, so I was quite excited. I watched a couple of episodes. But I genuinely want to ask, first episode air was, so what were the kind of reactions that you got? Because you opened this show, you opened this scene.
Yeah, well, Asim told me that I was supposed to open the show. Me and Anika were supposed to open the show. And when it came out, I didn't actually watch it then and there because I was like, let me just, wait for everybody to watch it, get done with it. And then I'm just gonna go and watch it. And then when I did, I wasn't expecting anything the next day, actually. When I woke up, got a lot of messages from my friends and family and, people from the industry. They were actually appreciating, they were saying praises. So I think that's a good sign. That's a good start to a project like that.
That's
So
true.
everybody's performance they were praising, not just me and Anika's. Like I think everybody's. So yeah,
That's true. One of the like one of the intriguing parts about Barzakh is like how abstract it is in storytelling, and it glues you, it takes you away from it. Then you kind of like frustrated by the kind of certain moments. But like as a viewer, as someone who's watching this after many years of being shot, काफी साल हो गए. I think Fawad Khan was saying that it had been like 4 years or something that it had been shot,
I
and
think three
all
and a
of
half
it,
years. Yeah.
yeah. So my question is, in terms of like after a project that has been done very long time, and then when you finally watch the end product, what are some of the first reactions that you feel like, oh my God, did I do this or did I do that?
Yeah, the first scene. The first scene, the way it was shown, I was like, I don't remember it being this, the way it was presented.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was we shot it, I think 3.5 years ago. I think almost four. I don't know. I'm doing the math wrong, I believe. But anyways, so when it was first the build up to it, like everybody was really excited. कि कब आएगा, कब आएगा, कब आएगा. I think after 2 years, everybody was like, just आ जाए, बस कभी भी आए, आ जाए सिर्फ. Like we just want to see it. And we just want to see it. And when it finally came out, we were just like, okay, shit, okay. A lot of scenes were like, it's a peak. It didn't, not a lot, but like I can speak for myself because when I was shooting my part, that part especially, we rehearsed it and we shot it in 2 days.
Hmm.
So it looked completely different on screen than
Right.
the way it was there. So yeah.
Was so beautifully shot. One of my most favorite scenes, apart from there are so many moments of young Jafar where he's on the rise of what he wanted to achieve in life for himself and Anika. Then he comes back, and there's this absolutely emotional moment that is so visceral to watch for him, like for us as viewers. So getting into the complexity of this character and the kind of what he's gone through, is it
Mm.
very, very heart wrenching to get into such a complex role?
That scene specifically, like
Yeah.
throughout, when I signed for Barzakh, I was very new
Mm.
to in this industry. Like I was just trying to make way for it. for myself. I signed a project and then I was doing this. So for this, we I had a lot of discussion. We all had a lot of discussions with Asim back and forth about the character, how he wants us to do it, or how I would want to do it, and then going back and forth about the scenes and all that stuff. So I personally could relate to that journey of young JK, not that part when he's like, like all of that, just so he can go to then like, go and achieve his goals and all that.
Yeah.
But for that specific part, I think that character stayed with me for a while after that. I didn't really know how to like, just shrug it off of me at that point with no experience beforehand. So I think it stayed for a bit. But I think for me, the most woe part was the emotional scene where I go and I see the grave and then I just have to like, kind of process all the feelings and all that. So that was a bit, I wouldn't say disturbing, but a little heavy on the
Overwhelming
mind.
in terms of like,
Overwhelming, yeah. Emotionally very overwhelming.
yeah.
So yeah, it was fun though. It was fun to shoot because the whole
Yeah.
process was fun.
आपको कास्ट किया था in time where you had not done any of these big projects. So
No.
when a filmmaker, a writer, or like a director, or someone like him comes and approaches you for a character that is going to be so layered throughout the show, अच्छा लगता है कि like, oh, is my work getting noticed, or is it like he instantly was like कि, हाँ, this was a role that is meant for you?
It's a funny story actually. So I wasn't personally, I wasn't agreeing on doing the auditions or doing any of it.
अच्छा.
Because when the casting director Saiban is a really good friend, he reached out and he was like, "Okay, casting karni," and when he mentioned that I made trails, and I was
हाँ.
like, "Sure, okay," because I knew Asim Abbasi made it. I didn't know that he was the casting director of Trails as well, and he was the casting director for Barzakh. And then I was like, okay, I didn't fall for it because I thought they were just making a web series. I wasn't sure of that. And then I did some research, and I think Zubia, when the AD, she reached out and she called and she was like, "You need to get the audition and you need to do it and get the dates and figure out the whole stuff," because I was already doing a project at that one, my first project, and dates ka kuch issue aa raha tha. And then when I did it, and then I went there for the rehearsals and everything, when I met Asim and everybody, I was like, "This is pretty serious." And I have to take it like that. So yeah, it was, and of course, it's overwhelming for an actor, an artist to be a part of such projects, working with such amazing people and an amazing director. So I think, of course, like I'm grateful for the fact. I tell Asim time to time, like, it's been amazing.
Yeah, what's been a learning curve for you? I feel like this is very rarely इतने shows ऐसे बनते हैं जहाँ पे someone can take that kind of creative liberty. You get to do
Mm.
a lot of stuff. Were you hesitant कि I know कि intimacy is not something that is very often showed in like a regular drama, maybe in this kind of way, certain moments.
Mm.
So were you hesitant or this was something that you were feeling कि ये creative liberty है, इसमें करने में भी मजा आएगा? As an actor, I would be a little bit more satisfied.
I found out about that scene after signing the contract and going for the reading for the first time.
God.
So yeah,
Oh,
that's
nice.
it. Yeah.
Um,
It
okay.
wasn't awkward. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't
No, no,
awkward. It
I
was like
wouldn't
we were
say
doing a
like
lot
I
of
feel
rehearsals
like
and all.
young actors in terms of like I feel like you're just starting out, so I can some can be a little bit more hesitant in terms of those kind of
Of
roles.
course, of course, of course, of course, of course. Everybody can be. And for like, it's like for here in Pakistan, like the
Yeah.
way our shows are and our culture
Mhm.
and everything. So it's a little bit different from that. It's a lot different from that. So but again, I mean, it's art, it's acting. So
Right.
it should be taken like that, you know?
Right.
So basically,
Obviously, this is a
mhm.
generational story, so आपको तो इतना interact करने मिला नहीं, but did you like get an idea, like did you know that this is going to be something where Fawad Khan, Salman Shahid, M Fawad Khan, Sanam, this is a very packed ensemble cast. अगर यहाँ पे थोड़ा ढीले पड़ गए तो notice में आ जाएंगे.
No, actually, can I tell you honestly? Like I knew about everybody because we were there for two months in Hunza.
Yeah.
When we were shooting, we were there. Like हमारे scenes एक साथ नहीं थे, but we were just living in the same hotel. We were there. We were hanging out. Everybody was just having fun, having a blast. So there wasn't like ऐसे कोई ढीले पड़ जाए. I don't know why because I think I was a kid back then, so I
Yeah.
didn't know much about acting, much about. I still am. but I didn't know much about acting
Yeah.
at that point. I just wanted to do it. I had this passion for it, and that this is the project where actually I told Asim that I became obsessed with acting. I actually got to know, okay, the kind of emotions that a human can bring out, and the way you can trick your brain to do stuff and all that, manipulate your brain technically, to say the least, to bring out stuff. And I thought that was really interesting, and that's really cool because I've always wanted to act. I've never had the opportunity to go to acting school and stuff like that. So this was an acting school for me, working with everybody, going on set, even though if it's not my shoot day, I just go and I just look at people and look at all the actors doing this stuff and all. It's really interesting. I love that process.
Right. Did you ever get to interact with Salman Shahid, who plays the
Oh
lead?
yeah, of course. So many times. We used to have breakfast together. Like he's an early riser. I used to wake up early and we used to go have breakfast and chat and just talk about stuff and just have fun. So I enjoyed, and yes, I did interact with him. So I think in the initial few days, in the starting few days when we went there, we were talking about the character and all that. We did
Mhm.
speak about it very briefly, but वो था कि वो mannerism same था, वो understanding थी थोड़ी बहुत. So I easily slipped into it like that because thanks to Asim and everybody else.
मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि आई वाज जस्ट वाचिंग द शो एंड देयर आर मेनी मोमेंट्स बट एज अ व्यूअर व्हाट डू यू थिंक दैट वन मोमेंट स्टक विद यू व्हाइल शूटिंग और लाइक या एपिसोड्स अभी तक आए नहीं है सो इट इज समथिंग इन फ्यूचर एपिसोड्स
The one moment that stuck with me was the crying scene, I guess. I don't know why I keep coming back to that, but I think it was that one because I think that I don't do a good job at those emotional scenes. So I can't act out emotional scenes. I need to be mentally present in that state of mind in order to perform something that heavy where your loved one has passed away and stuff like that. So I like was bugging Asim throughout the rehearsals, throughout the whole, like till that day when we were shooting, that how am I supposed to do it? What do I do? How do I do it? I don't know. I don't understand. But then Zubi, I told her, I'm like, just let me know 2 days before the shoot when we were shooting that scene. So then she did, and then I think I just was away from home, and that added to it. And I was just locked myself up in the room for like a good amount of time, I would say. And then I didn't meet anybody, and I was just like, okay, in my zone, I was just doing my thing, and like no distractions, nothing, and just mentally getting there, and then going there on set, not saying a word. Asim made this really safe and secure environment for me. So big ups to him for that. Everybody, not just Asim, Hussain, Zubia, Ariana, everybody. They made sure that it was like, comfortable for me to perform like that. And when I did, so I think that was the moment that I was obsessed with acting. And that moment stuck with me for a bit.
राइट
So I think that
दिस
was one of my
सीन
favorite
आई
moments.
कंप्लीटली अंडरस्टैंड काफी इमोशनली इम्पैक्टफुल था आई थिंक ऑनलाइन भी मैं ट्विटर पे भी वगैरह देख रही थी वेयर एवरीवन हैज सेड दैट कि खुशहाल इज इजीली द फर्स्ट एपिसोड्स ब्रेकआउट कैरेक्टर इन टर्म्स ऑफ like how
Oh,
entirely like the journey of his story is like कितना impactful है and he's easily the breakout episode में तो first वही
oh
था
man, that's
people were talking about that my question is कि growing up I feel फिर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आई फील अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल गेट इनटू एक्टिंग बिकॉज दे माइट हैव सीन समवन या किसी को देखा होगा या वगैरह बट आई फील आई वाज वाचिंग वन ऑफ द इंटरव्यूज आपका जिसमें आप बोल रहे थे कि आई यू जस्ट वांटेड टू एक्ट देयर वाज नो समवन लाइक कि जिसने आपको शेप किया होगा या जिसका काम देखा है बट कुछ तो आपने देखा होगा जिस यू फेल्ट लाइक दिस इज समथिंग आई कैन डू या ये मेरे लिए है
they kind of yeah. Actually, there was one time when I was 9. Ever since I was 9, I wanted to act. So there was the school like performance थी, एक play था. I was playing Hamlet in it,
हम्म
and I was just performing. So I memorized my lines and everything. I just thought that it's basically just saying your lines out loud. So I was saying in front of the whole audience, like there were parents and students and everybody, and I fumbled and I think I juggled a few here and there. And the only person that pointed out was my principal, nobody else. And everybody just went along with it. And I love that feeling. Like, being on stage and performing in front of everybody. They don't know what's going on. I know. I'm in charge. I can make them go through my emotions, my feelings, the way I say my lines and all that. So just that thing was really that really stayed with me. I think after that, because I remember telling my parents and talking to my mother, I was like, I want to be an actor. You'll be something else when you grow up. You'll change your mind. And when I was growing up and I didn't change my mind, she's like, okay, so this guy's really going to act now.
राइट
So I think that was. Of course, I've watched a lot of like movies and all that. I used to. बहुत चुपके से, because I wasn't allowed to watch movies
Ah,
as a kid. We were like, अच्छा ठीक है, नहीं काम पे ध्यान दो, पढ़ाई ये सारा कुछ. We had like a few wo in it, gaps in the middle, cartoons and all that kind of stuff. But like movies later on.
अच्छा अच्छा.
I
But
used to.
what are early movies that you watched? मेरी तो ऐसा थिएटर में like my I don't have the first memory, but my father says कि मुझे जो थोड़ी सी याद है, like my first ever movie was the like ऐसा कोई कोई तो border की movie थी, but like that is a memory of you. You have a memory of like first film क्या देखी थी थिएटर में?
I do have a memory of my first film because I really convinced my mother that I want to go and watch it in a theater, in a cinema. Like I just want to watch that film. And उस time पे आई थी, कौन सी film आई थी, कौन सी film आई थी? I think Dilwale thi. So I
हाँ.
think I watched that. I watched that in the theater. I was like, okay, चलो पुरानी वाली तो नहीं देखी, नई वाली देख लेते हैं. So it was interesting. I really enjoyed it, and ever since I've been going to the movies.
Yeah, I don't know. मैंने
Yeah.
आपके I don't. There's like इतने fan edits होते हैं, so you sort of know कि an actor is very passionate talking about something. मैंने आपका एक वीडियो देखा था जो couple of years ago. You were quite younger, I think, like maybe 21, 22, I guess. तो like literally आप उसमें इतना passionately बात कर रहे हैं about Shah Rukh Khan. It's so cute to watch.
Yeah, because everybody in my home was like, used to love him and still do, and was a big fan, is a big fan of him, his and his work, his body of work and everything. So I think it also has leaves an impact on you.
Right, right. Moving on, like I also have to wrap now. I mean, but I also want to know, like, moving on, like, what are some of the like roles that you want to do? Like, you to I think do a lot of diverse. एक मोहब्बत गुमशुदा मेरी कर लिया. So like, there's Farrar coming in. There's like a lot of interesting content that's coming in. So, what are some of the challenges as a young actor? जितने roles लिखे जाते हैं आप लोगों के लिए या फिर you have to search for that right script?
You have to go through the right scripts.
Hmm.
लिखे जाते तो I think बहुत सारे projects हैं, बहुत अच्छे अच्छे projects लिखे जाते हैं, but I think you need to be picky and selective about the sort of work that you need to do, and you want to. I just think when you feel it in your gut, कि अच्छा ठीक है, I connect with this project, then you just say yes to it and you do it. But it's of course like I want to do diverse roles and different kind of roles, not just being stuck to one. A lot of action though, and I hope that happens. I'm just manifesting it, putting it out there for everybody else to do so. So that would be interesting.
No, I've heard that and I've read that you are doing Netflix's first ever original, so that is pretty
And
interesting. So yeah, there's
that
going
is interesting.
that is interesting. But I know you nobody's allowed to talk. I have spoken to everybody. So yeah, but it's pretty interesting. Last question. Current lot में like there are so many young faces on Pakistani dramas and like who are you watching? Like, are you someone who's watching someone else's content?
Other than myself?
Yeah, if you're obsessed with yourself, then yes.
No, I'm just not. I'm not. I am. I'm just kidding. No, I think everybody in the new lot is pretty amazing. Everybody's in the new lot is educated, knows about acting, knows a
Um,
thing or two about acting, and they're doing really well. So I think I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's work. Like there's not one person that I would say, "Okay, is bande ka kaam, is bande ka." Everybody, every single person, I think is really talented and is really pushing themselves to go out there and be out there and perform and give their best. So I'm looking forward and I'm excited for everybody's work. And I do watch people's work. Like the younger lot kit, of course, aate hi rehte hain. But I make sure that I stay in touch with it as much as I can with my content and everything.
Not taking names, huh? Pretty interesting.
No, I can take names. I think there's a lot of people because if I take one name, because I'm
हाँ.
friends with a lot, so then फिर वो लोग भी है ना, because then if I skip any name in my mind right now, that'll be a problem later on. So I'm saying every single person in the new lot, जो
Oh.
हमारे साथ आया, जो हमारे बाद आया, जो अभी आया है, you guys are doing amazing, and trust me, I'm watching this stuff. And I message them personally as well. I message everybody personally. I'm like, I loved it. I watched your show, and I make sure that I do because I think we need that. We need the support that catch up. There's a message or like be it a simple text as like you did amazing. I think that's really good. One should do that.
Right, right. Thank you so much. मुझे अभी wrap up करना पड़ेगा, but आपसे बात करके बहुत अच्छा लगा. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Likewise,
And
likewise, Zakila.
congratulations. It's all positive reviews. And it's such a nice thing to have as an actor, right? Like all the great reviews coming in. There's like people are watching from around the world and they are tuning in every Sunday and Tuesday now. So like, yeah, it's going to be
It's
interesting.
interesting. I hope it goes well, and I hope in the future we get the opportunity to make a lot of good projects, inshallah. So really
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, and all the very best for all the upcoming projects. I'm looking forward to it. Congratulations
Thank you.
once
Thank you too. Congratulations to you too. Best of luck, and I'll see you soon.
again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.